Well, good afternoon, good people. Here I am, live again, and I've got several things I wanted to talk about. I hope you're joining me. If you are here today, please feel free to ask questions, leave your comments, tell me where you're watching from, all the usual stuff. But um, if you subscribe to my channel, you may have noticed that I haven't posted much in the last week. It's been busy, not just work-wise, just sort of life-wise, and that has been due to several things. Been going to visit family, um, which has been great. Uh, I've My brother lives about 3 or 3.5 hours north of here in Tacoma, Washington, and he's been renovating his house, and I have been putting my old plumbing knowledge to use with him and helping him out with renovating his bathrooms and that kind of thing. Also, I've been having trips down to Fresno, California, and for various things with family down there, and having lots of fun and having a great time. But aside from that, work has been busy. It's funny how things just kind of sneak up on you. You think your expectation for a certain day is one thing, and then your email gets loaded up with job requests and things have to change. And also various other things, but my plans have shifted so much in the last week that it's been difficult for me to just sit down and make a video or two. And so I'm trying to catch up a little bit with that. Um, I mean, and things are always changing. Speaking of that, I just before I clicked go live, I received a message from one of the managers of a big client of mine. They send me a lot of work, and she let me know that she's moving on. Oh, no. Fortunately, she's not the only person there that I work with. She let me know that the company is planning to work with me, and there's another project coming up shortly. And she also let me know that she's really appreciated working with me, and she is going to take me along with her to her new job, in the event that they need voiceover work. She didn't say they did, but I know that, I will be at the top of her mind should that kind of thing come up, which is great. I can't tell you how many times I've been brought from one company to another to um, to then start working for that company. So, people will, if you make a good impression with your project managers, creative consultants, casting directors, if you make a good impression and they work with you and they enjoy it, if they move, you might move along with them, and that is awesome. That's the best. Between that and word of mouth, there's no better way to get work and new clients. Okay, so anyway, yeah, things keep moving, things keep changing. Now, speaking of which, I've been wanting to make a video about my process for editing voiceovers for some time now, and I've been playing around with different video editing software. I was using OSB for a long time. I was using Logitech Capture, but not everything was doing exactly what I wanted to do, including screen capture and me talking over it and kind of showing how things are done and the audio working the way I wanted it to. So I finally started working with Camtasia, and so now I'm learning this video editing and recording platform, and I don't know what I'm doing really. So I've been doing tests and things like that. And frankly, since I got a new computer, I've started working with the brand new version of Audacity, which I can't even remember the number off the top of my head. But it's different from what I was using before. And there are some quirks about that I'm still getting used to. So anyway, I was recording this video today. I still have to go back and edit it after I leave you here today and start editing on this platform that I've never really edited on before. So, you what am I trying to say here? You have to be ready for the fact that things change when you're working with um, technology, because technology keeps changing. New versions of programs are always rolled out. Support for older products is rolled back or discontinued. So you have to roll with it, and it can be difficult or challenging. And you've got to rise to the challenge. Otherwise, what else are you going to do? Are you going to stomp your feet and cry? Sometimes I might feel like doing that, but unfortunately, it doesn't help me make a living. So you must forge ahead, and that's all okay. It's part of what I signed up for. I knew all that going into this. Well, did I? Well, I learned very quickly that that's what I signed up for. But another point is that, and that brings me up to maybe the main point here, and that is, I see a lot of people start jumping into voiceover before they really realize what it's all about. It's amazing how many people want to jump in without really doing any research and talking to anybody who does this for a living. They get excited. They read a magazine article. Oh, I can work in my pajamas from home. All I need is a laptop computer and a USB microphone plugged in on my kitchen table, and I can do voiceovers for big money. I can be a star. I can be in animated movies, and I can do all kinds of things. This is not managing your expectations well. Yes, it's easy to get excited, and it's an exciting field to become a part of. But, just like anything exciting, some of what you hear may be too good to be true. And those magazine articles that lure you into thinking that it's easy, quick money, it's too good to be true. And that expectation fails every time. And it's unfortunate. Um, there's another segment of the population that, they've lost their job. A lot of this happened during COVID. People were losing their jobs right and left. They needed to find something else to do. They read another article in a magazine or newspaper or somewhere that kind of glorified the voiceover industry. And yeah, it's a cool gig. But it takes a lot of work. And unless you do the research beyond that little initial tempting article that you read, you're not getting the full picture. And 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 the truth of the matter is that there's a lot more than meets the eye going into the voiceover business. You've got to be a good actor. Can you act? Okay, well, maybe that's where you need to start. Maybe you need to take acting classes or at least voice acting classes. Work with a coach, you know, see if what you're able to do matches the expectation of the industry. I talk a lot about being ready for the market before you dive in because it matters. Um, you also need all the other things that go with it. You need a fully uh acoustically treated, and you want to have great gear and all that stuff for recording those wonderful performances of yours, all that wonderful acting. You've got to be able to render beautifully edited files, or at least pro level edited files processed so that keep your clients happy. You need to know how to interface and interact with your clients. You got to be a people person a lot of the time. You got to be a people pleaser a lot of the time, even though some of the people that you will be working with aren't really that easy to work with. These are all things that you have to do. It's part of the game, and unless you do some research going into this, you're just not going to know. So pick up a couple books, read some more articles, reach out to voice actors that have made an impression on you. Maybe they'll be willing to share a few thoughts. You know, do your due diligence, and that'll go a long way in getting you started on the right path. So anyway, it looks like I'm all alone here today, and that's all right. If you're joining me during a replay, Feel free to join in the conversation in the comments below. Um, what else did I wanna say? I think that was it. I'm just looking down at my notes here. Usually, I kind of have them up here so I don't have to look straight down, so my double t chin doesn't fall all over my desk. Did I just say that? Yeah, I did. So anyway, I hope you're doing well, and, I hope that, that spring is going great for you. It's kind of been a mix here in Salem, Oregon. It got warm for a little while, like 80 degrees, which is pretty good. But then things got dark and a little rainy, and that's okay too. That's what we expect in the Pacific Northwest. So anyway, I'm Jan Anderson. Not sure if I said it, if I introduced myself during these live streams. I just assume everybody, you've come to see me, so you should know who I am. Anyway, I hope you're doing great. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you again. Take care. Take it easy.